Hello, preschool friends. Welcome back to school. My hand says hello. My hand says hello. Every time I see my friends, my hand says hello. Hola. My hand says hola. My hand says hola. Every time I see my friends, my hand says hola. Salam alaikum. My hand says salam alaikum. My hand says salam alaikum. Every time I see my friends, my hand says salam alaikum, ni hao. My hand says ni hao. My hand says ni hao. Every time I see my friends, my hand says ni hao. Konnichiwa. My hand says konnichiwa. My hand says konnichiwa. Every time I see my friends, my hand says konnichiwa. Salam. My hand says salam. My hand says salam. Every time I see my friends, my hand says salam. Sin chow. My hand says sin chow. My hand says sin chow. Every time I see my friends, my hand says sin chow. Namaste. My hand says namaste. My hand says namaste. Every time I see my friends, my hand says namaste. Hello, friends. Let's see what day it is today. Are you ready? It is still January, the month of January. And let's count and see how many days of January. Are you ready to count with me? Here we go. 1, 2, get my marker over here. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and Tuesday was, what comes after 11? 12. That's right. 1 and a 2, oops, makes 12 for Tuesday. And here is today, Wednesday. What comes after 12? 13, that's right. So I'm going to write a 1 and a 3 for 13. So here we are on today. Today is Wednesday, January 13. Can you say that with me? Today is Wednesday, January 13. Wow, all the way up to 13. Let's practice our ABC songs, our ABC song and our letter sounds. Are you ready? Here we go. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. Now I know my ABCs. Next time, won't you sing with me? And letter A makes the sound for apple. B says b, like bear. C says k, like cat. D says d, like dog. E says like elephant. F says f, like fish. G says g, like goat. H says h, like hat. I says I, like iron. J says j, like jar. K says k, like key. L says l, like leaf. M says m, like moon. N says n, like nest. And our letter for this week, letter O, says like octopus. Well, this week, we have been talking about different kinds of transportation, different ways that people and things and animals can move long distances. And on Monday, we talked about how we can move across the water using boats. And we talked about different kinds of boats and we did an experiment to see what things would float on top of the water like a boat and what things would sink into the water. And maybe you tried that at home. Well, today we are going to talk about a kind of transportation that helps people, things, and sometimes animals move through the air. How can we move through the air? Do you know? Were you thinking of this? Airplanes? Today we have a story called Amazing Airplanes. Can I hear the story? Can I hear the story? Well, hello, Mr. Duck. How are you? I'm fine, and I love airplanes. Do you know why? Why, Mr. Duck? Because they can fly just like me. That's right, Mr. Duck. Airplanes fly just like you do. Mr. Duck, what helps you to fly? My wings. You know what? I just realized airplanes also have wings. Do you think that airplanes use their wings to fly just like you do? I don't know. Should we read the book and find out? Good idea, Mr. Duck. Let's read the book and find out. All right, Amazing Airplanes. Whoosh. Oh, I like that airplane. Me too. An airplane is amazing, for it travels through the sky, above the clouds for miles and miles, so very fast and high. Turn the page here. An airport is a place you go to take a trip by air. You check in at the terminal to show you've paid your fare. So when you ride on an airplane, first you have to go to the airport and check in. I've done that once before. I went on an airplane once. Have you ever gone on an airplane? How about you, Mr. Duck? No, I haven't gone on an airplane. I just fly using my own wings. That makes sense. The ground crew weighs your luggage and loads it in the hold. And then you take the walkway to the plane when you are told. So they're putting all the passengers' suitcases on the airplane. Wow, that's a lot of suitcases. Well, they need to bring their clothes and their things with them where they're going on the airplane. I don't suppose you bring clothes with you when you fly, do you, Mr. Duck? Nope. The flight deck's where the captain and co-pilot do their jobs. So there they are inside the airplane. They both know how to fly the plane with all its dials and knobs. They have lots of controls here to help them fly the airplane. They radio control tower to check the runway's clear. They can't take off unless it is with other planes so near. So they have to check with the people up high in the control tower. They're up high and they have lots of windows where they work so they can see all the runways, which are like little streets in the airport. And they see all the runways and all the airplanes. They each have their own runway that helps that they can drive on before they fly up in the air. And so before the pilot can take off, they have to check with the control tower and make sure it's safe to go down the runway. Make sure it's safe so they don't crash into another airplane accidentally. By intercom, the captain on the flight deck says hello. You have to put your seatbelt on before the plane can go. Everybody's got their seatbelts on. Here they go. A plane is big and heavy, yet it climbs up really high. It zooms along the runway and soars into the sky. So here's the runway, the road that the airplane travels along, and it goes very, very fast on its wheels. And when it's going fast enough, it lifts up in the sky, and the wheels go up inside the airplane. Pretty cool, huh? What do you think, Mr. Duck? Pretty cool? Mm-hmm. Its wings hold big jet engines, which are loud and very strong. They suck in air and blow it through to whoosh the plane along. So here's the wing with the jet engine, and it sucks in the air and whooshes it back out. And when the plane moves fast enough, the air around so swift, it pushes up beneath the wings and makes the whole plane lift. And then the air comes under the wings and lifts it up. Mr. Duck, Does the air help you lift up? The wind in the air, does that help you when you fly? Yes, it does. When I fly, I can feel the wind underneath my wings, and it helps me fly. Kind of like an airplane, huh? Mm-hmm. That's pretty cool. Soon the plane is in the air, so now you're on your flight. The cabin crew look after you and make sure you're all right. They bring you drinks and magazines and trays of food to eat. And sometimes there's a movie you can watch while in your seat. So these are the passengers inside the airplane, and they're having snacks and watching a movie. Oh, I don't get to watch a movie or have snacks when I'm flying. I'm too busy flapping my wings. Yeah, that's true, Mr. Duck. You don't get to watch a movie or have snacks. Do you think you would like to ride on an airplane and do that sometime? Watch a movie and eat snacks while you're flying? Yeah, that would be fun. Maybe someday you'll get to do that. When the journey's over, the captain lands the plane. Control tower has to say it's safe for coming down again. So they have to check with the control tower at the airport where they're landing and find out if it's safe to come down on the runway. You sit with seatbelt fastened, there's a bumpy rumbling sound, and wheels are making contact, and the plane is on the ground. Out come the wheels, and there's the plane on the ground on the runway. The plane landed, we call that. At last the doors are opening, then out you come with smiles. So give a cheer, hooray, you're here. You've flown for miles and miles. That looks like fun. It does, doesn't it, Mr. Duck? Well, Mr. Duck, today we are going to learn how to make our own airplane. Would you like to learn how to make an airplane? Yes, I would. All right, well, I'm going to put you right here so you can sit right there and watch while I show everybody how to make an airplane from a piece of paper. So all you need is a plain piece of paper. And the first thing that we're going to do is hold the paper up and down the long way, and we're going to fold it in half and make a nice long crease right down the middle like that. That's step number one. And then number two, we're going to open our piece of paper, kind of like opening a book. And now we are going to fold from this corner, we're going to fold a small triangle right up against that crease that we made. We're going to fold that corner in so it makes a small triangle like that. And then we have to do the same thing on this side with this corner. Just like that. So we have two small triangles, one on either side. The next thing we're going to do is kind of fold a bigger triangle over that small triangle. And again, we're going to line up our triangle with the crease so that it looks like this. And then, see how the small triangle's inside? And then we're going to do the same thing on this side. And I need to put it down so I can make a nice bold line. So now we have our two bigger triangles. The next thing that we're going to do is go back. Remember that first crease that we made at the beginning? We're going to go back and we're going to fold our airplane back along that crease again. Fold right along that line, kind of like we're folding it back in half. Now we're not quite done. The next part, we have to kind of get our wings straightened out. So for this part, we are going to make a fold that goes from the tail, that's the end of the airplane, to the nose. That's the beginning part of the airplane. And we're going to fold it out like this to make the wing on that side. And make one on the other side too. Like this. So now we have our wings. And our airplane is ready to fly. All right, Mr. Duck, are you ready to help me fly this airplane? Yes, I am. Oh, you're excited, aren't you? All right, Mr. Duck, what I need you to do is count to 3 for me, and then I'm going to fly the plane. And I'm going to fly the plane by holding it. This little piece underneath, I'm going to hold it, and then I'm going to go and throw my airplane after you count 1, 2, 3. Are you ready? All right, here we go, Mr. Duck. 1, 2, 3. Flew all the way across my living room and landed on my other sofa. Wow, it went pretty far. It did, didn't it? Was that fun? It was fun, wasn't it? So see if you can try making an airplane at home. And I would love to see your airplane. If you do make one, I'd love to see it at our Zoom meeting on Friday. So that's all for today. And Mr. Duck, thank you for helping me read the story and make an airplane. You are welcome. Goodbye, everybody.